Summer means we're getting ready to entertain outdoors, maybe with some cocktails and mocktails. Shona Jensen has a few for us. This is just gorgeous.
Thanks, I know, doesn't it just scream? It's happy, festive, summery, it's great.
It makes you think casual entertaining, have some fun with cocktails, and of course always a mocktail, because you want to make sure that the folks that are not consuming alcohol have something fun and fruity to drink as well.
Yes, they don't just get a boring water.
Don't give them,
you know?
like,
they get something
like, here,
good.
have some apple juice. No, make a mocktail for them. So where do you want to start?
So what we're doing with all these cocktails today are we're using something called bitters.
Yes.
Do you know what bitters? Are you familiar with bitters?
I do know what bitters are.
So for those of you that aren't, bitters goes back to the 1800s. Cute little story. Actually, at the beginning it was used as medicine. And that's the history of it. And it was prescribed to the ladies who got weak in the afternoon in their parlor. The doctor would prescribe them bitters.
Yeah.
They would take their bitters and tonic, and suddenly they would feel better.
Ooh.
Why? Because bitters is 50% alcohol. Yeah, true story.
It works.
So you know that saying, you know, oh, I need to take my medicine, and when I want to do a little sip, that's where that comes from, because that's what these people would do.
Got it.
So eventually it became part of the cocktail culture because it's very herbal. It adds a flavor element to the cocktails. It's part of that sweet versus acidic kind of combination. I won't nerd out on you here, but they're really delicious.
Okay.
So Angostura Bitters is kind of the old faithful that's been around here in Canada for a really long time. It's sold in the grocery stores. You might recognize it. Very herbal.
Yep.
But there's a company called Dillon's Small Batch, and they are in Beamsville, Ontario, just outside of Toronto, and they're doing wicked cool bitters. Like really neat flavors, rhubarb and hot pepper and angelica, which is like celery and hop. There's all sorts of cool flavors. So we're going to use some of those.
Okay, cool.
So let's put them to work here.
Yeah.
Okay. So this first drink, we're calling it the Reef. Okay. And in it, we're going to be muddling. And you know what muddling is?
Yep.
We've been through this a couple of times. You've got it. You're going to do it.
Stuff down.
Yep. So we're going to put, you know, a bunch of strawberries.
So
we're going to put, yeah, so fresh. We're going to put a punch of mint. Go ahead and start muddling that.
Muddle
and your
away.
purpose of muddling is to squeeze out the oils and the mint.
And the flavor.
Yeah, and the flavor. I'm going to put a little bit of simple syrup here. We're going to have the recipes up there with the exact measurements.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do some vodka. I love this Absolute vodka bottle. It's for Canada 150. I have to talk about it because I love it. It's got the quilting to represent, you know, Canada's quilting culture and all the different. It's a special bottle. I love it. So we've got a little vodka, and then we're going to go to the bitters. And this one I'm putting the rhubarb bitters in, which really nice, right?
Yeah,
so we've got strawberry, rhubarb, mint. Hello, pie much, but in a glass, right? So we're, you know, you can put as much as you want, but I'm just going to put, I put about 4 dashes in there, but you can measure that.
All right.
All you have to do is top that up with your ice.
Yep.
Like, this is so easy. And when you're making your cocktails at home, you want to measure how much alcohol's in that, especially when you're serving people, because they have to monitor how much they're drinking.
Come on, ice.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
A rule of thumb for bartenders, a lot of ice is a better drink, and that's not because they're trying to, you know, scam you out of drink. It's to make it really nice and cold and fresh.
Okay.
And that's it. We're topping it up with some bubble water, whether it be
that looks good.
club soda or whether it be whatever, and then just garnish it with a nice mint sprig, and you're good to go.
Lovely.
So easy, right?
Yes.
You're getting into a little muddling, but that's fine.
That's okay.
Okay, let's move over to this one. So this one's a watermelon shrub Collins. Now shrub, the very short version of this, shrub is from the 1700s. Very, you know, all the old cocktail stuffs are coming back.
Right.
It's drinking vinegar.
It's drinking vinegar.
Oh, right. Okay. No, I don't know why. It's so good. All it is, watermelon juice, sugar, and white wine vinegar. You're not going down the white vinegar route because that's far too acidic. White wine, you could use cider vinegar. There's lots of different recipes. I really encourage people to Google it and try it out. It's really quite interesting. So this one, we're going to do a little bit of the mint again. And muddling is great in the summer cocktails. I'll do this one just because I tend to be a little quicker at it. No offense. But you're on ice duty. You got ice duty going there.
Yep.
So we're not pulverizing it again. You don't want to make mint confetti out of this.
Right.
We're just getting the oils out. So we're going to put, that's good for ice. We're going to go into the gin. So I've got a basic, you know, the great gin, Beefeater gin, to keep on your in your bar. It's one of the better, most well-known gins in the world.
If you're a gin person.
If you're a gin person, Now we're going here with the gin to hot pepper bitters.
Ooh.
Okay, and it is hot. It is like as per the name. And so we're going to put we're going to put only about 3 dashes into there. If you're a little more brave, go nuts. It's yours. Go ahead. Now I say there's 50% alcohol in that. Yes, they're high, but that's not going to make you intoxicated. You can buy this in a grocery store because you're putting so little in there, you know?
Okay.
And then we're going to do the watermelon shrub, okay?
So is a shrub any mix of those three things you said, or is
It's-
it specifically those three things?
It can be any fruit.
It can be any fruit.
Okay, not to nerd out again. Any organic material.
Yep.
It can be any fruit, and you've got to have a vinegar in it, and you have to have a sweetener in it to balance the acidity.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know, we could do a whole segment
Gorgeous.
just on how to do shrubs. So that's it. I topped it up with soda water, and you're good to go. Really fresh and crisp and nice.